Ciao, homie.
What's up, YouTube, or for my Gujarati-speaking friends, Tube. Thanks again for joining me on My Block Strongest Man, where we discuss utilizing all of the objects all around you on your own property to get a good workout and burn some calories. Today, I want to talk about this guy, Simon Miller, who I found online, and his review of Greg Doucette. And so Simon Miller has a video entitled Greg Doucette, Should You Listen to Him? So in this video, I want to tell you whether you should listen to Simon Miller about whether you should listen to Greg Doucette. And so let's have a listen to what he says.
So, surprise, surprise, the person that was in there most was Greg Doucette. This will come as no surprise. It ruins the deliberate, teasing of the title. Like, oh, should you listen to this, man? You know I'm a big Greg Doucette fan. We've done videos on the channel before talking about Greg Doucette. I love his no BS attitude. I've never seen him say anything that isn't the truth. I'm not talking about opinions here, but when it comes to factual information about lifting weights and getting in shape, every single thing he says is true as far as I'm concerned.
So there he is. He's a big Greg Doucette fan, and so am I. When he asks, should you listen to Greg Doucette, my initial reaction was, of course you should listen to Greg Doucette. There is 0% chance, a zero, that this guy is not going to like Greg Doucette. And surprise, surprise, I was right. He's a Greg Doucette fan. So I agree. I'm a big Greg Doucette fan. I think all of the information that he provides is solid and helpful information. And by proxy, I am now a Simon Miller fan, and I have subscribed. So great content, Simon. I will continue to follow you and promote you on my channel. So let's listen a little more to this analysis.
And he's always very open to what other people say as well. I know he gets into he gets into arguments with people, but I always appreciate both sides of the fence. I think you know where he's coming from, and the only time he really sort of, shuts anybody down is when they're coming at him. If you come at someone, they're going to come back at you. That's how it works. But
so Simon talks about how Greg Doucette is very open and honest and really only engages with people who engage with him first. And I've noticed the same thing. Greg Doucette is on there to provide good, solid information to guide people who may be more novice or intermediate in the area of fitness on how to get started, how to get more active, how to look at their nutrition in a different way that is much more enjoyable than likely what they and everyone else around them are doing today. And he doesn't pick fights with people. He gives solid information that some people just don't want to hear. So I would agree with that portion of it. So let's see what he says next.
You should go check out his channel. You should go and subscribe to him because he just gives you good, solid advice.
If you are trying to build muscle, you can't be going all out in the gym doing cardio. I don't care if it's hit cardio, fasted hard cardio, evening cardio, middle of the night cardio.
And we're away. There's that. That's such an easy but good piece of advice to throw out there because
so here, Simon Miller is highlighting a video clip where Greg Doucette is talking about not killing yourself with cardio before doing weight training. And I've always been a proponent of the same thing. So as I always say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, personal trainer, fitness expert of any kind, but I used to be a personal trainer years and years ago, which I haven't mentioned before. So, that is a technique that we learned way back then, which I'm not surprised is still being taught today. If you do too much cardio before weight training, you won't have as much energy to do weight training, and it seems like common sense to me. So I don't know why folks think they have to do anything much more than a warm-up with cardio before they go into weight training. So I'm with both of these guys, Simon and Greg, on that particular idea. And also on the idea of picking fights again, people I think tend to pick on Greg because of his approach. He's loud and he yells a lot on his channel. And there are a lot of times, if you watch enough of his videos, which I have, where he kind of turns to the side and has a quick side discussion with his girlfriend or speaking to the animals and whatnot, and you see him speak in his normal voice. So you can tell this is a character he's doing on his channel to get people excited and motivated about exercise and fitness. And you can't blame him for that. I gotta say, he's been on YouTube for, I don't know, 6-7 years, and I went back because I wanted to see all of his videos once I started really liking Greg Doucette. And on his original videos, he was monotone and quiet, but same quality information. I watched one and I couldn't watch them anymore. They just weren't entertaining. So I came back to the modern stuff, and again, awesome. So like, you know, you can criticize him for the yelling, but it gets the point across and it keeps you engaged. Like, go look at his, if any of you who have TubeBuddy, go look at his analytics. He has way more consistent views than just about anybody else I follow because this technique works. It keeps people interested and motivated. So let's see what Simon says next.
Let's face it, if you break muscle building or getting in shape right down, you want to build fat. Oh, I'm going to make that guy. You want to build fat.
And so Simon makes a blooper here, which I actually commented on his channel because I thought was really awesome. He said, you want to build fat, which it was kind of a Freudian slip, right? He meant build muscle. And I commented on his channel, like, it's so great to see a YouTuber leave a blooper in instead of trying to look perfect, because for us newbies, we think that you guys are perfect and you never mess up. Greg does the same thing. He includes his bloopers all the time. So it just makes us feel a little more motivated, like we can do it too. So, you know, class act, Simon. Thanks for leaving that blooper in. Great laugh and great kind of motivator for us newbies.
That clip as well, in case you haven't seen it before, you know, something that a few people say is they don't like being yelled at. They think he's too much. I absolutely flip and love it. I think it makes for a good persona. I'm sure a lot of it is character, and he's exaggerating it for his YouTube channel, as he should do. That's what you tune in for.
Yeah, and so as we look a little more into Simon's video, he's making the same point I just made. So he's talking about how Greg exaggerates himself for YouTube, and he's a great motivator because as a result of that approach. And again, that's what I was saying, right? He's doing a character. He's doing a really exaggerated version of himself to keep the audience engaged, and his analytics show that it works.
I just think it's quite a good motivator. Some people need a hug, some people need to kick up the backside, right? Greg Doucette will kick you up the backside. Although I was 100% sure that I bet if you did his coaching, which you can do, he would work out which one you needed and he would give you either. He wouldn't have all the clients he does otherwise.
And so Simon makes a great point next where he says if you hired Greg for professional coaching, he would work out whether he needs to be the kick in the butt type of guy or the more reserved guy, the more encouraging reserved guy. And I've seen on a bunch of Greg's videos where he actually trains some of his trainees, and he's not this crazy yelling guy. He is giving them what they need to progress and what they need to succeed in their training session. So I would agree with Simon there as well. Greg can tailor his approach to what the trainee needs to succeed.
The fact that you know, train harder than last time, which is a catchphrase of his, whether he meant it to be or not, is the greatest way I've ever heard of trying to describe what to do. Progressive overload, right? Because progressive overload is an intimidating word that you say to people. Like, what does that mean? You say, well, just make sure you do a little bit more than next time. But you can get round all that, as he does, by just saying train harder than last time. What about...
So next Simon gets into Greg's catchphrases, one of which is train harder than last time. And this goes to make the point that Greg is taking his years of experience and talking, I don't want to say down to the audience, but to the most common denominator. He's using words that he knows the greatest group of people will understand. So instead of saying things like progressive overload or other scientific or fitness buzzwords that people may not get, train harder than last time is something that everybody understands, right? And so I would actually use that phrase for people that have engaged in arguments with him online before. Just, hey, if you think he's saying something incorrect, listen harder than last time. Most of the time he's not.
And the fact that you can see someone like Greg Doucette, who, again, professional bodybuilder, doesn't even just say anything. You can look at him and go, well, that guy knows what he's doing. He's been there as well. But then he'll also give you the information and saying, here's what I think you should do.
And so the last great point that I think Simon is making here is about Greg Doucette not just looking the part, but having the great information to go along with it, right? So let's kind of package this all up and give you my final analysis of what I think of Simon Miller telling you whether or not you should listen to Greg Doucette. So here's my final prognosis. You should listen to Simon Miller when he tells you that you should listen to Greg Doucette. If you have a problem with information Greg Doucette has given before, listen harder than last time. There is almost, not quite, but almost a 0% chance that he's wrong. This guy is has a master's degree in kinesiology and 20 some odd years of experience in his field. He's an IFBB pro bodybuilder in his 40s. He's around my age, so in his early 40s, still very competitive in bodybuilding, and he looks the part and knows the part as well. So thanks again for joining me. I wanted to jump on here because when subscriptions that I have on YouTube, like Greg Doucette, that I really listen to on a daily basis, lead me to another great subscription like Simon Miller, I want to get on here and tell you all about them so you can subscribe and get all the great information as well. Oh, and one other piece of information I want to give you. While watching Simon's video, I guess, I don't know if it's his living room or whatnot, he has kind of a gray themed furniture, and his lighting strip game is strong. He's got the cyan colored lighting strips in that room, which is a color I really like as well. And I'd like to find out what brand he's using, because like I said, he's using them really effectively for lighting in that room. I have a couple videos that I'll try to figure out how to bloop up here and here, like Greg Doucette says. I'll see if I can figure out how to technically do that, about some Govee RGBIC smart lighting strip reviews that I've done that I use outdoors that are really freaking awesome and do music syncing and smart features and all that. So Simon Miller, awesome channel. I'm a subscriber for life. I'll promote you on my channel. And again, you should listen to Simon Miller when he says that you should listen to Greg Doucette. Thanks again for joining My Block's Strongest Man, and until next time, as always, ciao, homie.